Hi, and welcome to Linux and Windows Help. This is our first episode. It's going to be basically like the introduction to Linux and showing you a few things about it, its benefits, and all that stuff. First, we're going to show you by downloading it. Sorry, my computer only has 2 gigabytes of RAM, so it might be a little slow. But I'm going to be getting a new computer soon or something, or get more RAM. Or it's just the computer I'm working with right now only has 2 gigabytes of RAM. So, anyways, let's say let's go to DistroWatch. I'll show you what that's like. This website has all different kinds of operating systems, and it like tells you about it and tells you when a new release is coming out, and it'll notify you when, like, if you sign up, it'll notify you when new releases come out and all that. It's a pretty good site. I don't use it though. There's only one operating system I like for Linux. I've tried a few, but the one I'm partial to now is Linux Mint. So let's do that one. Alright, you go to download. There's all different kinds. I'll show you what kind I use, but there's different kinds. Cinnamon's really good. I don't really use it though. I use Maddie. That's my kind. If you're going to be using a virtual machine, which this tutorial, that's what we're gonna. I'll show you how to use it with the. If you're going to be using it in a virtual machine, you want to get the 32-bit. But if you want to install it on your computer, um, if you got a 64-bit computer, you want to get the 64-bit, or just get a 32-bit. It'll work in both of them, and it'll work in the virtual machine. So I already got it downloaded, so I'm not going to click it. There's a Linux Mint Mate 32-bit. Alright, we're going to install it through VirtualBox. I already got it loaded right now. This is a simple screen recorder. That's what we're making the video with. That's why I got it here. We've already elapsed 2 minutes and 39 seconds. That's what I'm making the video with right now. But here is a VirtualBox, which I got it right here. And I already got the virtual machine running right now. I'll show it to you right now. This is a virtual machine. Basically, it thinks of itself as another computer, and each computer has its own network address. You can have a shared folder, and so you have shared folder. You can even hack one computer to another, and you can like run Windows in a virtual machine, and you can hack into Windows by using the same computer, which that's called a virtual lab. We'll do that in later demonstrations when I get a better computer. Can't be dealing with this computer, but you'll see. It's got a menu. This is the reason why my computer's running slow right now, by the way. See, it's got a menu just the same. And I don't know if I can do it, but I forget. Host F. I think host is the right control key. We're gonna go to full screen, and I'll show you. Right control key, full screen. It's got to reload the monitor. It's reloading. There we go. You notice it looks just like a computer. But my main computer is running in the background, and this is my virtual machine. But it appears to be just the main operating system. But it's not. We're going to go ahead and minimize this back down. And we're going to exit it so we can free up some of my resources on my computer. And we're going to, I'm not going to run it to install it because it sometimes locks up with this video screen capture to actually boot into it. But we'll go ahead and I'll show you how to create it. Alright, go ahead and let's go and power this down. power off. You notice it powered off. So now we don't got the virtual machine running, taking all my extra power I don't need. But if you want to, it'd be when you first install it, it'd be empty. And you go to new. And we're gonna name it Linux Mint 2. It's already got a Linux Mint created. And you want to type Linux. You notice there's all different kinds. There's even Windows and Mac. And you can run all different kinds of operating systems. It's going to be Linux, and you want to choose Ubuntu 32-bit. Where's that? There it is. That's what you want to choose for the Linux Mint. And you hit next, and then you're going to want, so you only got 2 gigabytes of RAM. I wasn't lying. You're going to want that much. You don't want to take away from your main operating system and lock up your computer. But hopefully you got more RAM than 2 gigabytes of RAM. When I build my next one, I'm going to have like 20 or 30 gigabytes of RAM. And you're going to be playing around with no 2 gigabyte. This is an old computer. And that's pretty much it. See, I created the Linux Mint 2. It's powered off. This is the one we had powered on before. You'll notice when you go down to storage, let's say controller IDE, CD DVD empty. So you want to click into that, and you want to choose virtual CD DVD disk, and you select the Linux Mint or whatever operating system you choose. You select the image file, and that's it. Then all you do is hit start. I'll start it for a little bit, then I'll shut it back down because it probably won't boot. It'll probably lock up on booting up, with especially if I'm clicking around with things. So we'll go and start it, and you'll notice it. See? You can boot device. See, Linux Mint. It's loading up, and when it finally loads, it will be like the one we just had on. It's actually the same one. That's what I had loaded before. I had it preloaded before I started the video because I've been having problems with it locking up with the video going. I don't know why. I'm not sure why, but it sometimes has problems. I've had to restart this video a couple times because it wasn't loading right. We're going to go and power this off. You've already seen it. You don't need it. Go and remove this. Alright, that's the VirtualBox. Go ahead and get out of it. Well, we'll show you the virtual desktops now. These are virtual desktops. You can have as many as you want. You'll notice this one over here, I got the simple screen recorder. But like I say, you can load a terminal. You notice how it's over here. I'll move it over to the first one. You'll notice, see, this one's empty. This one has terminal, and this one has the simple screen recorder. We got 8 minutes in the video. Okay, now we're going to show you installing things. You can use the terminal. I already got Play on Linux installed, so I'm just going to say it's already installed. This is one way to install things, the terminal. But there is actually an easier way. It's going to say it's already installed. Yeah, actually got it right here. And here's the software manager. This is pretty cool. It works basically like your App Store or your Google Play on your phone. It's basically the same concept. You know, all the programs are on a server and you can install them easily. This is the preferred way of doing it. You know, it's a lot easier. And then there's also you can install things by source, and that's a little harder. It's a little actually quite complicated. That's how you had to used to install everything was through source. That was back in the old days. That's when Linux was a pain in the butt, and you'd have to be like a super genius to operate it. Nowadays it works just like Linux. I mean, just like Windows, and it's easy. Anybody can use Linux nowadays. It used to be all terminal when it first came out. Well, so was Windows. It used to be all DOS, you know. Let's say you want to install Opera Browser. You might have used Opera Browser before, but see, it's not installed. It tells you know how good it is and whatever. And then you just click install. I don't know what the hell it is. I think it's a different version of Opera Browser I got installed. We'll do something else. I don't want to screw it. Here's Skype. Everyone knows what Skype is. Not installed. Install. See how it's installing. And once it's done, it's automatically installed. I mean, it's easy. It's easy as that. Then there's also deb files, and those are easy too. You know, you go to a website. Sometimes it'd be a deb file, and all you got to do is run with your Archive Manager, and it will pretty much install just like this as well. And it's pretty well automatic on that one. So the easiest way to do it is like Software Manager or through the terminal. But when you start installing things through source code, it's a pain in the butt sometimes. I mean, sometimes you have to do it if you want to get a certain thing, because some places don't make deb files or whatever. They just have the source code, and you gotta compile it. Okay, now let's see it installed. It automatically comes to your menu, wherever it's at. What would it be under? Just internet, maybe? Yeah, it's Skype. We just installed Skype using the Software Manager. And it's pretty easy done. And I showed you installing things too. I do not agree. I don't want it, but okay. It shows you with the terminal and that installing things. This is on my computer. It's like on Windows, my computer. It shows you all your different drives. You'll notice on Windows, they'll say like the C drive. And you don't have a C drive. We have something called a root. You don't have a C drive. This is root. So if you don't have a C drive. Alright, where are we going? There's not very many viruses made for Linux, but I still have an antivirus on here. They still make an antivirus for Linux. I've had this since, I've had Linux for years, and I've never gotten a single virus. The main people that get viruses that use Linux is like servers that, run a website or something, and they get attacked from a hacker, and they'll put in, like a backdoor, which is like a rootkit. They'll put in a backdoor. But I've never gotten a single virus on Linux. Right. There's something called Audacity that's good for recording sound effects. I've made ringtones with it. It's a great program. I've used it a lot. They also make it for Windows, but it's a really great audio recording program. I mean, you can't ask for a better one. VLC Media Player, you probably recognize that from Windows too. It's for playing videos and MP3s and stuff. It's the best one out there. I like it. Here's OpenShot Video Editor. That's for editing videos. I've tried like 20 different ones for Linux, and that's the best one I found. And here's GIMP, which is like Photoshop. It's pretty good. And Thunderbird Mail. It's for like POP3 email. Here's Firefox web browser. You should know what that is. You can install that on Windows as well. It's about the best thing you can install on Windows. You just use Edge or Internet Explorer long enough to install this, or Google Chrome or something like that. And there's something called Wine. It's a program to install Windows programs. See, you can't install Windows programs on Linux, but you can install Wine, which you can install Windows programs. You'll notice I got Microsoft Word. I don't like Linux text editors. You know, Microsoft Word is so much better. It just like places things better and everything. You know, I like Microsoft Word. They make all different kinds of text editors for Linux. It's just they don't compare. You know, so you'll notice this is a Windows program. I got it running through Linux. It's using Wine. Play on Linux is a front end for Wine that makes it. They try to make it easier to install things because Wine can be kind of difficult, but it actually most of the time complicates things. And there's LibreOffice. It's like Microsoft Office. It's pretty good. It's a free version of Office. You can get that on Windows as well. You get it on Windows. You got all different kinds of things that like Microsoft Office would have. And you know what VirtualBox is. We went over that. It's for virtual machines. I did that right at the beginning. Simple screen recorder, that's what I'm using to make the video. Got 16 minutes. And I don't know if I went over. I think I skipped that. What I wanted to do at the beginning. Anyways, if you download this and you want to create a CD to boot in your computer, you open up your CD copier software and you hit Burn Image, and you select the image you downloaded, which is our Linux Mint, and then you just pop in a blank disk and hit Create Image, and then you pop the CD in your computer and reboot, and that's how you install it. I think I already went over this. I don't remember. I don't remember if I went over it or not. Let's go ahead and go over it again, because I don't remember. But let's say you got a Dell computer and you want to go to the boot. Once you pop the CD in and you boot up, a lot of times you have to go to a boot menu. So let's say you got a Dell. Just type Dell boot menu key, or if you want to get HP, you type HP boot menu key, like this one right here. I already know what key it is. It's F12, but we'll go ahead and search it. See? The F12 key. So, you don't want to hold it, you'll get a stuck key error. You just want to tap it really fast. As soon as you boot on your computer, you start tapping F12 really fast. And then you'll go into something called a boot menu. And it'll look something like this. See how it's got internal hard drive. That's booting off your hard drive, like where you'd have your operating system installed. A USB device. You can also put Linux on a USB device. We'll go over that later. And you can also use the USB device to install or run the operating system, actually. But if you put it on a CD, you're going to want to use select the CD, DVD, CD-ROM drive, and then you're going to press enter after you select it. Use your arrow keys to select it, and then you press enter. And then it will boot into Linux like we did with that virtual machine. But it'll actually be booting off your main computer. And then you click install. You can actually run the operating system just off the CD. You don't have to install it to your hard drive. So, like if your Windows crashes, you want to back up files, you can just pop that Linux CD and boot in there, and you can drag your files over and copy them, back them up to your USB drive or something. It comes in real handy. I actually, when I did computer repair, I kept different versions of Linux on all different kinds in my toolkit, and it helped me a lot, you know. Alright, well, that's our first video. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it. I think it was pretty good. But Linux is very customizable. You notice I got it saying begin. You can edit that. You can name it whatever you want. You can name it start, like Windows has. So now we got a start button. But everything is very customizable. I don't use Windows anymore. I really like Linux. But if you play a lot of games, you know, you're gonna wanna probably use Windows and like have a dual boot, and like you could have Windows installed. We'll go over that later too in another video, but I have to actually use my camera for that one. But you can use Windows. You can install Windows and then install Linux with Windows, And then whenever it boots up, you can select if you want Windows or Linux. You can make Linux default boot up, and then like say press 2 for Windows as you're booting up. But or you can make Windows default and then select Linux whenever you want to run Linux. But I prefer Linux because you don't get viruses. It's a lot more stable. It's just all in all a better operating system, I think. Some people might like Windows better, but some people are crazy. I'm just showing you through my start menu. Yeah, I got a few games installed. I don't want to run it right now. I don't want to crash my computer. I don't even know if the video capture will capture it, but let's see here. Yeah, I don't got very many games installed on this computer right here, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to run Call of Duty multiplayer. I don't know if the capture will capture it, so it might just be a blank screen. But I'll run it for a few seconds and then I'll end it. If it's a blank screen, I'm sorry. You know what Call of Duty looks like. Alright, it's loading.